のこの頭のことなんつった。
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to list the top 6 stands that should be in the next YBA update. YBA has been kinda dead because the developers took a long break from the game and nothing's been released for months. A few weeks ago there was actually a sneak peek from one of the developers saying that a new update was coming really soon, so I thought about some stands that would be cool to add to the game. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So the 6th stand on my list is a part 7 stand called Mandom that can reverse time up to 6 seconds. I think it should be in the game just because it has a really cool ability to reverse time for 6 seconds. What I think that it could be implemented like is like King Crimson's time race maybe, except you don't turn invisible and you get to heal a little bit of health. But the reason I have it on my number 6 spot is just because I think it would have a lack of moves. Yeah, I don't think it would have too many moves, but if the developers could get creative, maybe they could do something. But as of now, it's at my number 6 spot, Mandom, part 7. The number 5 stand on my list is Stone Free, a part 6 stand that can turn the user's body partly into string, but when the string is all compacted, it forms a humanoid-like being that can throw pretty strong punches, 1 to 2 meters. I think that this stand would be cool in the game just because we don't actually have any part 6 stands. The main protagonist stand is always a good choice if you're looking to put a new stand into the game. I think that it would have a lot of combos and rely on stun moves, but it would make up for that by having like less damage than a lot of other stands would have. I think it would be pretty cool to use. The devs could get pretty creative with this. Genuinely, I think it would just be something that a lot of people would enjoy to play with as well. And that's my number 5th spot, Stone Free, part 6. So for my number 4 spot on the list, it's actually something that a lot of you guys might not have been expecting. It's actually a part 4 stand called Earth, Wind, and Fire. It pretty much allows the user to shapeshift. The stand user is Mikotaka Hazekura. I don't know if I pronounced it correct. It's pretty much an alien that randomly appeared in the middle of part 4. I'm counting this as a stand just because it has stand stats in the anime. But aside from that, I think that it would be a really cool stand to have inside of the game, like a stand ability, just because it has probably the most diverse moveset in all of JoJo, pretty much, that you could use. Because it has like it can use all of the elements to its favor, and I think that it would have a really cool and diverse moveset. That's practically my only reason. It's just because it has like a lot of moves that you could use. I think it would be really cool with the spec for memes and stuff like that. Just an overall fun stand to use. And that's Earth, Wind, and Fire from part 4. So the number 3 spot is actually taken by Soft and Wet. Part 8 stand's user's name is Josuke. The ability of Soft and Wet is anything that it touches with its fist or bubbles. It can remove properties from certain items or things. The reason I like this stand is because, once again, we don't have any part 8 stands, and some part 8 stands would be really interesting to have. Because part 8 has some of the most diverse and complex stands, in my opinion. Other than that, the reason I like Soft and Wet is just because it's one of my favorite stands. It just has a really cool ability. And, yeah, we lack a lot of part 8 stands, so that would be quite helpful for us to have. So for the number 2 spot, a lot of you guys are probably expecting that this stand will come up on the list sometime. It's actually the Tusk in all of its evolutions. From part 7, stand user Johnny Joestar. Tusk has like a really long variety of moves. Act 1, Johnny's able to shoot his nails like they're bullets, and Act 2 is pretty much just an upgraded version of the nail bullets. Act 3, the nail bullets now can track people, and they create wormholes, which Johnny can travel through. And Act 4, pretty much just... and Act 4 is pretty much the power of the infinite rotation. If you get shot with the bullet, you're going to die, and there's not anything you can do about it. It can be used offensively, defensively, and Tusk can actually move in time stop in Act 4, which is kind of weird. There's a lot of logic behind that, but I'm not smart enough to understand it. Just know, it's a very broken stand, one of the most powerful in the series. In a lot of JoJo games, Tusk is either really underpowered or really overpowered, but YBA does a really good job with balancing their stands and stuff like that. So I think that it would have it would just be perfect for this game. It would be really awesome to have. It's highly anticipated as well, so it probably is coming in the next update. And that's the number 2 spot. Now, before we get to our number 1 spot, I have 2 honorable mentions that I'd like to make. So the first honorable mention is Whitesnake and all of its evolutions. Whitesnake and the evolutions, including Cmoon and Made in Heaven, would be an awesome stand to add to the game. It's just the fact that to get these stands, you'd probably need like a ton of different items that you use, maybe like a diary and the green baby. And I don't know if the developers are gonna make new quests to get those stands, so that's probably in the long future where those stands are gonna get added. I don't see them coming anytime soon. But there would be cool stands to add though. And so my second honorable mention is the Echoes Acts from Part 4, Koichi stands. I think that Act 3 would have the freeze move, and you'd be able to also use the sound variant moves from Acts 1 and 2, as well as the freeze moves. I just don't think that they would be very compatible together, and if you were to use any of the moves, they'd have to be in their own separate acts. And that kind of relates back to the thing about getting different items and quests to be able to upgrade your stand. I don't know if a lot of people are dedicated to do that for a stand like this anyways. It's not very popular. But that's my second honorable mention. It'd be pretty cool to have in the game. Now finally, the number one spot, what you guys have been waiting this entire video for. The first spot that I have is Weather Report. Weather Report, number one spot. It's just, I like the design of it. We need part 6 stands. I think that Weather Report is very iconic. Once again, it has a really good variety of moves, would be really good in PvP. And I just think that it's one of the cooler stands, and I don't know why don't have it in the game yet. I think it would just be so great for YBA especially, because the devs are extremely talented. And I think that they could actually take Weather Report's moves and just replicate them perfectly into the game to make them PvP based. But just imagine like you're flying around in your cloud in YBA. I know you'd be able to do like it would probably be pretty broken. A lot of memes as well. High damage moves, a lot of mobility, and just like a lot of ranged passives and stuff like that as well. I think those would be all really awesome to have Weather Report have. That would just be whew. To everyone who made it this far into the video, I have a couple of announcements to make. So the first announcement is that we're really close to 3,000 subscribers. That's really awesome, dude. Thank you. If you're not subscribed and you enjoy my content, subscribe. My Discord server, link in description. And I just want to re-elaborate 3,000 subscribers. That's like a really big number that I can't even imagine, dude. Like, literally, I just started posting stuff for fun. But you guys really seem to like it, so, like, if you like my content, subscribe. Because that's, like, really awesome, dude. Like, thanks. I'll see you guys later in the next video.